Hey everyone, I'm the White Foot Soldier, and we are going to have a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Leonardo and Donatello, SH Figuarts, by Bondi and Tamashii Nations. Now, these figures just started shipping to the US not that long ago, and I was able to get my hands on the first two turtles that were released, Leonardo and Donatello, so let's have a look. As you can see, both figures share the same sculpt, same head sculpt as well. These are how they come directly out of the packaging. You can see beside the figures, each one comes with multiple accessories, which we will get to here in a moment. But first, let's have a look at the sculpts themselves. And I'll just start with Donatello and check out some of the different features here. Get a side view of them. Turn him around and have a look at his shell. And let's check out the articulation next. So we got a ball joint in the shoulder. We have articulation in the bicep area, the elbow, and the wrist. And the hands will come off, so we can swap those out. And I'll show you that here in a minute. Moving on down to the legs, you get articulation, a ball joint in the hip area. Get articulation in the knee. These things are very posable with all this articulation, of course. Some full ankle rotation, along with some articulation in the toe, so you can give them kind of a curled toe look. And I don't believe we touched on the head yet, actually. So the head, we get a full swivel there. And the neck itself actually moves too, so we can rock his neck back and forth. And the plastron is kind of like a plastic, a rubbery material. Everything else is pretty much plastic. If we turn him around, the shell is kind of a harder plastic. It gives a little bit if you squeeze it, not too much. The belt is a rubbery material as well, except for the back part of the belt, which is a plastic piece that is removable. And I'll show you that here in a second. If we look at the side, some people complained about being able to see some of the joints and things. It doesn't bother me. I think that this figure is fantastic looking from all angles. So let's check out some of the features. So each figure actually comes with, here, let me get the box. I'll show you how these figures come packaged. So each figure comes in one of these boxes with an open face, and we can see if we turn it to the side, get a look kind of like the sewer bricks there. Turn it around, kind of the same thing with Donatello, based off the 87 cartoon, of course these figures are. Turn it around the back, we get some features about the figure. So pretty cool looking box. And then there's the plastic bubble inside that fits all of the accessories in the figure. So nice packaging. And each figure also comes with directions. So if you go through, you can check out different things that the figure does. Let me open that up. Set that over here beside me so I don't forget anything. And let's have a look at some of those features. So Donatello's D on his belt pops off. I'm not sure why, but it does, in case you want that look. Also, if we turn him around, where I was talking about the plastic part of his belt, it actually pops off, and we can fit on the other piece here. Let me see, is that upside down? Nope, I think I did have it right. So we can fit his bow staff in his holster here. What's going on, right? Let's see. It doesn't want to go in. Maybe I am doing it wrong. Yep, I was. Go figure. Huh. Anyway, so that fits on nicely. It might be a little bit, actually you can see it. My biggest complaint is that the color of the belts, when you swap them out, it's more of a lighter brown. when you put the one with the holster on. So that's a little bit kind of off-putting. You know, I don't really understand why that occurred, if that was simply a mistake or what the deal was. But nonetheless, Donatello's bow staff, we'll look at it. You can see there's some sculpted tape on there, but it's just a solid brown, pretty hard plastic. We can fit that right down in. And turn Donnie around. Look at the wrists next and the hands. So if we just pull off the wrist, and we get, actually here, so we get an open hand, and we get two of each of the ones that I'm going to show. Kind of a closed fist to hold the weapon, and kind of a half open hand that would also hold the weapon. And each figure, actually, Leo and Donnie come with the same hands, and so there's 4 sets of hands total. So let's put on the one for the bow staff. Oh wait, 1 second, I actually forgot something too. These wrist guards, according to the directions, yep, I was gonna say they slide off. So if you don't want them on, they do slide off. It's kind of a neat little feature just to add something in for whatever reason. And the ball joint, you gotta be a little bit careful popping these on. Oh, I don't think I pushed the wristband up the whole way. There we go. Pops on. And whoop. Didn't expect that to pop the whole way off. Having some technical difficulties here, but snap that back in and give Donnie his bow staff. Slide it down in. And there we go. So Donnie's got his bow staff, all right? Now, if we turn this figure around, we will notice his bandana actually pops off. And whenever we do a head swap then, which you simply just twist the head a little bit, pop it off, and here's the kind of happy cartoon face that we're all familiar with. Take the bandana, snaps right back in, and you can see actually the head then there, so you can see more of the articulation in the neck and the ball joint. Let's slide the head on, and now we get the happy Donatello. So pretty sweet. These guys are very posable, as I said, with all the articulation. And I forgot to mention one of the biggest things. These figures actually have die cast in them. So in the lower leg area, in the calves, that's actually die cast. So they're pretty heavy. They're a heavy figure, very nicely made, and it helps with posing, obviously. So these guys have so many different poses that you can do. So be sure to check out my Instagram page, the White Foot Soldier, because I'm going to be showing off a lot of these cool poses. So yeah, so there's Donatello and his pizza. I don't think I touched upon that yet either. Kind of a droopy piece of pizza. If we pop off the wrist, we can put on the open hand. Sometimes didn't feel like it popped on, but I guess it did. So we can take the pizza, kind of set it in his hand. Yep. And if you want to pose him getting ready to take a bite of some pizza, there you have it. So Donatello has a lot of cool accessories, a lot of cool features. Leonardo, much the same, but we'll fly through him here because the articulation, you know, everything's the same as far as the sculpt, as far as the removable belt buckle, as far as removable hands, head swap. So here's a different head sculpt, kind of a mean looking, if you can call that mean from the cartoon. These guys don't look very mean in the 87 version, but there's the head sculpt for Leonardo. Leonardo also comes with a sewer lid. It's kind of just a plastic material. obviously he comes with his signature katana blades, and his katanas are kind of I would say about the same hardness as the bow staff for Donatello. So if we turn Leo around, we can pop off the back of his belt, and we can put on, see, and the thing is too, in the 87 cartoon, if you remember, Leonardo didn't have, there we go, he didn't actually have the holsters in the back of his belt. So it's kind of, you know, I understand the point, because, you know, you want to be able to put these guys in because they do look really cool. But yeah, so that's something a little bit different that's not 100% accurate, but it still looks really awesome. And another thing I saw some people were complaining about is a little bit loose. You know, they don't fit in there snug. So if that's something that bothers you, then there you have it. All right, so we'll turn him around and we'll pop off a wrist. And as I said, he comes with the same exact hands as, well, didn't mean to take his wristband off. Comes with the same exact hands as Donatello, so there's no point in really running through those. Oh. I didn't realize how loose some of this stuff actually was. That's the first time I even popped that out. So, all right. The sword fits in there nicely. Should be able to get actually away in. There we go. So the leader in blue. Get a better look at him here. Turn him around. As I said, keep checking my Instagram page. I'm going to post a lot of different pictures, some comparison shots. And these guys measured close to 6 inches, but not the full way to 6 inches, about little over 5.5, I believe. They measured. So one last thing I do want to point out is the knee pads are a little bit loose down here, so it's kind of neat in a way because they're not just sculpted on. So kind of a cool little addition there. So yeah, so these are the SH Figuarts, Leonardo, Donatello, and coming soon, I think about a month or so, we should have the whole gang. We'll get Raphael and Michelangelo, and these guys are amazing. They're worth every bit of the price that I paid. So don't hold back if you're a big Turtle fan, because you're going to regret not picking these up. These are, as I said earlier, the best representation of the 87 cartoon, and they're fantastic. They're so well made. They're a high-end collectible, but yet they're affordable. You know, they're not hundreds of dollars a piece. So, you know, if you're even considering this, I say pull the trigger, because you're going to regret it. So thank you so much for watching, and keep checking back for more reviews at thewhitefootssoldier.com, obviously our YouTube page here, and also check out our Instagram page, as I'll be constantly posting pictures of these guys. I have a feeling they're going to be plastered all over the Instagram page. So thanks again, and have a wonderful day.